Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to, if you don't know, now you know, my name is Mr. Hecker. And welcome to the show. Little disclosure before we get into the work, as always. If you're offended easily, you don't like swearing, you don't like raw talk, this is definitely not the show for you. Conversations here are real, raw, they're up front. So, if that is your show, you're tuned into the right place. Love and respect you and appreciate your time here today. This man I got across from me right now, Jaxon. What's up, brother? How are you?
Luke, thanks for having me on board. I appreciate it. And what a sick setup.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Let's just run through just a quick introduction of yourself, where you live, what you do, and where you're from.
Yeah, basically, so I'm obviously living in Gold Coast now. Originally from Melbourne. I'm 25 years of age. Started out as a PT and just wasn't really getting the full benefits out of it. Wanted to make a bit more money, wanted to work my own time, my own hours, didn't want to pay the overheads in the gym. So I switched to online coaching, which is what I do now. And it's going pretty good. Got a good base on board. And obviously with my Instagram, I'm heavily into that. So I kind of switched into another area and went into a bit of modeling and photo shoots, which is now taken off and they're all paid gigs. So I'm kind of doing half at the moment in terms of work and payment.
Sweet, bro. How long have you been in the Gold Coast for?
Only 3 years, man. Yeah. I'm from Noosa before then. That's where my parents live right now.
Yeah.
But I find Goldie just a lot more happening.
Yeah. I don't mind Goldie. Hey, like Noosa's a little bit too much for me.
Noosa's where you retire.
Yeah, that's oldies. So what's I guess like we'll just touch straight in, go into the COVID stuff as well. Just like what happened in that. Just a quick touch on that, like with your work and stuff like that, and how it changed for you.
Yeah, it was hectic, to be honest. I never thought it was going to happen. I was always like, people were saying gyms are going to shut down. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I never jumped on and bought equipment. But yeah, it was a big shock, and I did lose a lot of clients to start with because no one really could train and no one really was motivated to train and do the home workouts. So I had to slowly switch and dip in and do some, create home workouts, try get the vibe happening again, adjust their nutrition, obviously back it off a bit because the intensity is not up as much. But yeah, overall it was all right and it's picking up back now. So
yeah. Sweet. You know what? Actually didn't know you were 25, bro. So,
yeah.
Hats off to you there. I thought
People
I was like trying to
30.
guess it before. I was like, fuck, how old is he? I was like, oh, no, I'll just ask him on the podcast. So I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, 25. That's why I'm trying to stay focused because, still young in my eyes and I want to see how far I can take things like anyone.
Yeah. And you got so many years ahead of you as well. And like I turned 29 this week.
Yeah.
And, when I was 25, I was like, man, I was running the fuck.
Yeah.
So
I did those in
my
20s. So, yeah. I just believe age isn't a limit, man, whatever you do in life. And I'm big on that. Like, age is not a limit, whether it's physical progression, mental, whatever. I don't care how old you are. You can do what you want in life.
Hell yeah. I don't have, that's the same with me. People are like, oh, you're getting old or you're too. I'm like, man, it's just, I don't really play in that lane. Hey, it's just like, I just get it done.
Yeah,
it's not, I don't try like fucking, I need to be this age to do that. I need to be this age to do that. Let's talk about, let's just dive into the good shit, hey? Highs and lows, bro. Run me through some lows that you've hit, 25, been in the industry that you're in and, been living on the Gold Coast. What's some lows, man? Like, let's talk the shit stuff and then we'll get to juicy stuff at the end.
Lows in like stuff I've struggled through.
Yeah, man. Anyway, I feel like, a lot of men can get help out of this. And
yeah, heaps, man, to be honest.
Your story.
Mainly a lot in the steroid topic. Obviously, in the gym scene of fitness, I went down that route a few years back and got heavily involved in it. Got caught a few times, man. And yeah, was very, very close to going to jail. And that was a big turnaround for me and a big snap. Once I feel like I got a second chance when I didn't go to jail because of not dealing, just possession, but I got done. And
you're in the wrong place doing the wrong
shit.
man,
I was at the wrong place. But in the same token, man, like I really don't know many people that don't use it these days. And I'm not saying you go use it, but I'm just saying it was just the norm, bro.
Yeah, so, it is pretty norm, especially around here, that's just common knowledge.
But that was like that low point from when I thought I was going to go to prison. And I went to court and I got, just a fine and whatever else it was. I really snapped out and I thought, fuck this. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I got to do something with my life. I got to be better. Like, and it was ruining my relationship at the time, and definitely ruined my relationship with my family. Steroids. I wasn't me. And as you know, when you with any drug, I don't reckon you are yourself when you're into it.
Hell no, man.
I thought I was then, but now I look back and I'm like, fuck, I was a douche.
Yeah, bro. It's I had a little like a tip and a little phase in that as well, and I was like, I look back, I was like, man, I was a fucking dick, man. I was like, just some of the shit I used to say and the way I used to act, like,
yeah.
What what if there was things that you regretted in that time, what would they be? Like, I guess what was going on in that time, and like if you look back, you're like, oh fuck, man, I could have maybe done that a little bit better, or I could have spoke up here or whatever.
Basically, just regret hanging around the wrong crowd, man, and really getting into the scene of the steroids and that. And I was into the party scene before that, but just basically that, man. But on the same token, I don't regret it because it's made me who I am now. Damn. And yeah, like I can now tell my story and I want to help people. Whereas if I didn't do it then, I'd probably be doing it now.
Yeah, man. You know what? That's a real good gauge on where people are in their life and their level of growth. So kudos to you for that, because accepting that what has happened, and it has created the person that is here today, which is yourself. And that's where we learn from those mistakes, and also we get to teach other men those mistakes as well, and the people that are around us. So, hats off to you for that. And doing
that's something I want to, like, as we were just touching base for this podcast. I don't want to be judged for that, and people still do. I don't know why people still judge you for your past. But if you're a changed person, forget the past and give someone some credit. I'm not saying you have to be their best friend or whatever, but just keep things clean and, it's a new you.
Yeah.
So,
man, that's exactly why this show is here, because the story is, if you don't know, now you know, and it's getting an insight into someone else's life. Like many others, and like me, and like fucking probably they would have seen your profile and been like, yeah, fuck, man. Even me, like I'll say it on camera right now. I looked, I was like, fucking, I judge you, but you know what I get to do? I get to be wrong. Yeah, because I chatted to you today, and I'm like, man, he's a fucking good dude, man. And like hearing your story and not knowing that you're 25, all changed my perspective so much, and that's why it's important to voice this and be open. 100%.
That's why I want to do this, man, and that's why I'm doing my own, obviously, and that's why I'm sure you're doing this, because, I just want people to know the real you. That's it,
man. It's like there's so much more than just the photos on Instagram, the profiles, and it's like you do that for work, bro.
Yeah, and that's all Instagram is. It's photos, so people, you know what I mean? They don't know you from a bar of soap, really.
They get to create whatever they want and judge you on however they feel, and that's like, okay, cool, and that's just like a real stigma that's been created, around social platforms and stuff like that. Yeah, and we'll dive into that too, man. Like, what's some shit you've had to endure on Facebook and stuff, like Instagram especially?
Like stuff I've gone through.
Yeah, like comments, like people saying dumb shit.
Oh, bro.
Because I get them. I'm like
endless. Like endless, bro. But mainly just like the girls trying to cause shit when you're in a relationship. When they know you're in a relationship, but they just try to stir the pot, man. And you know what I mean? It's very hard. Like, I don't know, it just causes a lot of conflict. But I find that very annoying and frustrating when, you've clearly got your girl in your bio and you're showing her off, but then there's girls hitting you up and commenting love hearts on your posts and stuff like that. And yeah,
I'm no expert in this area as well, but it's like, man, I've had that before, and I've started seeing someone, and like, as soon as you do, it's like post them up, and it's like, oh yeah, I better like fuck this up. It's like 100. It's like women must see it and be like, oh shit, okay, righto.
Yeah, but you get, man, I've had it all. Like, using me, I'm not a good online coach because all I do is put my clients on steroids, blah blah blah, because of obviously my story in the past, and it's like that's just another thing. They're just judging me on. It's a typical thing, which they don't know. Like, they don't know how I am as a coach. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But these are just little things that, people message you and get into your inbox, and I just ignore it now, man.
Yeah. I know you probably would have been good at taking those arrows and that negative comments and stuff. Let's talk like early days, like, because I know even myself, like many others, like when you start getting messages from people saying shit like that, you're like, you got to really make sure how sure of yourself you are, and like, I
Yeah.
guess run us through some of that. Like, what was coming up, or was there any times where you're like, you know, because man, for me, I've had it as well. Like, someone's messaged me something a long time ago. Now I know how to deal with it now, but I'm like, you know, fuck them, man. What assholes, you know?
Yeah, I actually used to get really sad, man. Like when I knew it wasn't me. When I knew it was me, you know, like I would just take it on. But when I knew I was changed and I was still getting those comments, like it really touches your heart, bro, because it's just like I wish you could just know the real me. And yeah, but slowly I just, you know, my girlfriend and even told my mum and dad, and they're just like, you know, you're only going to get those hate and those jealous people if you're doing something, you know, that they want, or, you know what I mean? It's more comes down, if you are changed, I'm talking, more comes down to jealousy, and they're just hating, man. Like, like I think the only hate I get now is because someone's jealous of what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's it, man. You know, people, I always gauge this as well. More people you have trying to throw stones at you is just a good indication that you're doing some shit.
Yeah.
No matter what, like if you're moving mountains, like whatever it is, you're making it, carving out a path in life for yourself.
Yeah.
The more people you have just trying to bring you down is a really good indication that you're moving in the right direction because you're doing things, you know, and it's a lot of their shit as well. When that's coming up and they're like throwing shade at you, that's a lot of their bullshit.
Bro, it's what's going on in their life, but they're trying to take it back on you. But man, you know, you see everyone like well known or whatever. There's always haters, man. Like, who cares? Like, just take it on the head and
yeah. And it's nice to be able to know that people are like, okay, cool, you know, this is it. I get this shit as well. And, you know, I navigate through it. I just got to have to deal with it and wear it because, you know, a lot of people, especially a younger generation, are, you know, coming up in social media platforms and stuff like that. And I had a conversation about this the other day about TikTok, and someone, you know, Sam was saying it's fucking ruthless on there. Yeah, you know, people were just like tearing each other apart in the comment section, like all places. But, you know, that thing has a negative effect, you know, on many people.
Yeah, 100%. But one thing I stick to, a saying is just, you know, if you're a good person, good people will follow and good things will happen. I don't really give a shit about anything else. If I know deep down I'm a good person, that's all I care about.
That's what matters, eh, bro?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, trying to convince everyone else and change their opinions, man. It's like, you're going to be there forever.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. It's energy, you know, you're going to be worn out. And I'm sure you probably have tried, like many others.
Yeah, man, I've tried to, you know, tell them or like say I'm changed, or it's just not worth it, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
you ever got any bites from people? Like, you ever bit back at people and be like, fuck you?
Yeah, I have, man. I've had some serious combos, but I've just died off now, and I'm just more mellow, and I'm more busy, man, and just focusing. Like, I don't have time to reply to negative shit. Like, I'm busy trying to focus on getting ahead. Whereas I find people that are messaging you niggly shit, they just got too much time on their hands. So
bro, they do, man. I used to get into the, you know, as you do, you get into the text wars, you know, fuck you. Now it's like, nah, whatever, man. You're just pissed off.
Yeah, pretty much. So I kind of just laugh now. Like, if I know it's legit false, who cares?
Fuck it. Let's dive into, like, what's one of the biggest things that you feel like you've changed in the past, like 3 to 5 years, that you're happy about yourself, just like in a personal way, like something that's come up for you and you're like, okay, man, fuck, I've changed this and this and this.
Basically, just accepting who I am and being happy with my own image and the things I have in life. I take it very granted now, even just with that COVID. Like, you take little things for granted that, like, you used to think was a chore, man. Like, I used to actually, like, not long ago, 3 months ago, I actually would go to the gym. I'd be like, it's a fucking chore. It's a chore to get on the Stairmaster. As soon as COVID hit, I'm like, fuck, I want to get on the Stairmaster. I want to go hit legs. And now I treat it differently. Like, that's just one example, but yeah.
It's changed perspective on things. Hey, it's made us a lot more grateful.
Yeah. But I think the biggest thing is to, like, I used to be very hard on myself, man. Like, you know, I wanted to have that good physique. I wanted to look the best. And you look up to all these people, but you're your own you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're never going to look like them. So you got to just be happy with you.
Yeah. That's why I see that a lot of, you know, a lot of people like, oh, I want to look like that. I'm like, no, you can't look like that, man. I'm like this, like, like look like you, but like close to that, like, you know what I mean? Don't try to look like that person because you can't be that person. So it's unattainable. It's not achievable.
But if you're always going to be doing that, you're honestly going to live a sad and unhappy life. You got to be happy with yourself.
Yeah. Let's talk image, man. Like, I guess you've been, in this industry for a while now. How, like, and definitely you built this image of yourself, and like, it's easy to judge someone like yourself. You've got tattoos everywhere. Like, let's talk. Like, how'd that start? How'd you get there?
I don't know. It started, I actually used to hate tattoos. Like, I'm not even kidding. I just got a small piece of writing. I actually used to look up to some of those celebrity trainers that just had the half sleeves. I'm like, that looks pretty cool, you know what I mean, if you're fit in that. I'm like, I'll just do that. I'll just do the forearm. And the forearm just led into the arm, then the arm led into the chest. And then it's full body, man. Like, it's just crazy, bro. Like, I'm done now, but
sure you got some more space, bro?
I do have space, but I do regret some of them. But I don't. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it now. In saying that, though, I think the tattoos, I wouldn't change it, man. It just suits me. As much as it is, but I do regret probably one or two.
It tells your story. Do you want to tell us what ones you do regret?
Yeah. The latest one was my head, the back of my head. It's the reason I don't think it looks bad. It's just it stands out too much. It brings on the typical scene and
what
the
do you got
judgment.
there? Do you want to show us? You reckon you can try spin it around and show that camera?
How do we?
Yeah, just like spin around. I'll be able to see it.
Oh, like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sweet.
Sweet. Nah, but how we going? What are we?
Yeah, you're right. Just throwing my eye. It spins in the other way.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I just, even with the neck tattoo, I just found, a lot of judgment came on board. It's just the ones that you can see more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For some reason, they just.
Oh, it's straight away. Like, I got mates with heaps of tattoos as well. Yeah. It's like you walk somewhere. I don't know. I don't realize. Like, I got no tattoos.
Yeah.
And then, like, as soon as I'm walking, everyone's like, looking. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, he's got fucking tattoos on his face.
Right. It's just hectic how many people judge you. Like, I'll walk down the shops and fucking, say a mum's walking with her kid. Like, I'll literally walk past him and she'll like pull the kid closer, like I'm gonna grab him or something.
Yeah,
like it's like fucking hell. Like, just because I got some ink in my skin, like, do you know what I mean?
It's pretty messed up, hey. And it's especially like given like 2020 where we are now, like, fuck, everyone's got tattoos, man. Like, it's just how it is. We went through that phase, and like we still go through that phase where everyone likes getting tattoos, and it tells the story of the person. Yeah,
like, see, mine, like, I have meanings behind mine and stuff like that. And, some of it's just I think it looks cool, but I'm more, like, it's just artwork, bro.
Yeah. And it's just like, man, it's one of those things that, like, everyone likes doing it, and there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. It's like fucking, they want to, like, craft and make them look how they want to look. It's just like,
you know what I mean? Like, I put it this way, like, you can go get breast implants, you can go get fake filler in your face and shit, but when I get ink, that's different. Yeah. For me, it's not. So, yeah.
Let's talk. What's some uncomfortable situations you've been put in? Like, what's some like some fucked up things that happen? Like situations, conversations, arguments, anything like that.
Oh man, that's put me on the spot. I can't think. You give me an example of yours, and then I'll.
Yeah, man. Like, I've had heaps of these. Fuck. Like just a little one the other week. I was getting shit about this podcast.
Oh, really?
I was like, this lady was up me about it, saying it's judgy and shit, and I was like, which episode are you talking about? Because I got no fucking episodes out yet.
Oh, really?
I was like, I haven't even got any episodes out yet.
Wow.
And I was like,
that's crazy.
I was like, what the fuck? And I kind of had to, say something. I was like, man, this is shit, man. I'm like, little things like that.
Man, I think I get it all the time, to be honest. I get it a lot with my coaching. Like, you can't do. I got a lot. What pisses me off is I've taken on a few comp prep people, and like these smart ass coaches. I'm not going to say names on here. I could, but they just happen to call me out and say he can't comp prep because. You know what I mean? But like everyone starts somewhere. Like, I can comp prep. I have a lot of knowledge in nutrition, and I have a lot of knowledge in training, and I'm pretty confident I can back up and get someone down to a lean body state while holding muscle tissue. Yeah. And I think I'm very motivating too, and very accountable. So for someone to say that to me, I'm like, fuck you. Like, and then, I got 3 clients on stage just last year, all first timers. and 2 seconds and a fifth, and I was like, fuck you. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's it. Like, you got to start.
I'm not saying I'm the best, but you just got to start somewhere.
Yeah, you got. I always. This is the thing I always say. This is why I don't like judging people as well. I'm like, man, I'll always give credit to the person that's just fucking giving it a crack, man. Because it's like, I could sit here and say this and that and this, and but I'm like, he's having a go, man. I was like, you got to give the man some credit for giving it a crack. So yeah, kudos, bro.
Yeah, I'm big like that too. With anything, you know what I mean? If you're doing something to move ahead in life, fuck, credit to you.
Yeah. Let's go back to, I guess, shit situations and uncomfortable ones. Like, one for me was, I'll just give you another base. I did a course last year, like personal development course. It's an awkward situation, but we all got, it was like we got naked in the room.
What?
It was
full
fucked
naked.
up. Yeah. It was like, I can't say what it was, but it's actually one of the coolest things I ever did.
Yeah, wow.
It was like seminar. Yeah, man, we're at the Marriott, bro, in the conference room. We all got our kid off for an hour.
I don't know if I could do that.
Oh man, neither did I, but it was cool.
That takes a lot of balls.
Yeah, girls and boys there.
Yeah, wow. Oh, that would have been all right.
So it was out there. I'm talking. You want to get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah,
that's the shit.
Yeah, that's the shit you need. You know what I mean? That's what I think a lot of people could benefit from. Stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? I know like the men's medicine that they do a lot of stuff that's raw and out of your comfort zone. And I think a lot of people are just too in their fucking ways and they need to get out of it to actually break free and I don't know, see the real them.
They do, man. And that's what we do over there. It's just like we need to break that stigma around, okay, everything needs to be put together so nicely. Like people are really trying to play it in a perfect way a lot of the time and they get stuck as we're like, it's just like sometimes, man, things are a bit fucked up. Not all things are all together. And that's okay. Yeah. Like you don't have to have it together 24 hours a day. Like, man, like you can have a shit day, you can have a fucked up day, you can be depressed if you want. It's just like, okay, how do you get out of it?
Yeah, that's what I hate, man, because people like, I get it all the time, like how you live such an amazing life. Like you do whatever you want in the day, like all this shit, you know what I mean? And like you just seem so happy all the time. It's like, yeah, I am trying to be happy, but like I go through as much shit as you. Like I have a bad day every day nearly. Like I have something, you know what I mean? I have shit pop up, I have arguments. And they just think everything's picture perfect. It's not. Trust me, it's not. Like I'm just the same as every single person out there, just normal. But because they never see it, they just like, oh, how do you live this? You know what I mean? Amazing life. It's like, nah, that's not what I do.
Yeah, that's like just because I'm posting this and saying that, you know, it doesn't mean my life's perfect. You know, this is me. This is the growing, and this is the lessons that I'm going through. You know, and it's telling your story. It's like, fuck, man. It's like people are so quick to judge. Yeah. What's something you want to achieve for this year?
I don't know if it'll be this year, but this is something I really want to achieve. Obviously, I've done my podcast. The biggest thing I want to do is I want to do guest speaking. Yep. Whether it's at, you know, seminars and that, mainly schools, I want to dip onto the topics of steroids and drugs and teach middle-aged kids, teenagers, right from wrong. Because that's literally the route I went down. I thought I was king shit. I thought I was sky high when I was on it. But I know everyone's not going to be on it forever. And that's the thing. People, you can't maintain it on it. So you're going to have to get off some stage. And there's so many cons to it. So I just want to teach people right from wrong. And even if it is the physique they're after, if that's the sole reason they're using steroids, I highly believe you can have a good physique without steroids. Yeah. So that's another thing I want to bring up.
I'm also, what you're touching there is like giving them the education, the right education. Because like myself, I was like in that phase too where, you know, I was getting gear off people and shit. And like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And it fucks your body up, bro. Yeah. Like, and you don't know, like, so even just educating them in the right way and giving them like, you know, these are the, pros and pros of it. It's like, educating them the right way and saying, look, these are the options you've got. Yeah. You know, if you want to do this, you're going to end up with this. And then you can give them your feedback and your life story as well, which helps a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, because I'm not going to lie, you can do it in a safe manner if, you do it properly. But I'm not saying you should do it, but I'm just saying you can definitely do it safer than if you know what you're doing. Yeah. So...
It's the right way as well. And, even touched on that, that's something I want to do as well, go speak to kids and, young youth as well about drugs and alcohol, because it's quite a large part of my past from, my 18 through to about 24, fucking doing drugs and alcohol, just continuously every day,
Yeah.
as much as often as I could. And you know, if a lot of kids don't really need to go down that avenue.
Nah, I think it's a big topic, man, and fuck, it'd be rewarding to get up and speak in front of schools. And man, even if it changed one kid's mind on using steroids or using drugs, man, that's a bonus, eh?
Right, that's a win, man. And it
Yeah.
only takes one. Hey,
Yeah. So I wish someone told me back then. So that's what I want to go tell them. Yeah.
fuck yeah, bro. That's a
Yeah.
man. I'm gonna help make that happen. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Because I got some. A couple ideas just popped up for me then.
Yeah.
Especially for the speaking side of things. You know, I want to go into schools as well. Something that
Yeah.
we've been looking at recently, even youth detention centers.
Yeah,
I went to
man,
one last
Yeah.
year. And it was so eye opening, bro.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I actually, before I did personal training, I did a little bit of youth work.
Yep.
It's called House No Steps, and just treated with kids with drugs and that. Stayed with them overnight. So I've kind of dipped into that, and that was a fucking rewarding job. But I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. Yeah, I want to go back into that kind of category and do something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's not so rewarding when you get to like even like doing their men's medicine stuff. Like you leave,
Yeah,
and it's just like you leave, and you're just like that sense of fulfillment. You're like,
yeah,
man, I did some shit today. You know, like I made a difference out there today, and that's so rewarding. That's that's a feeling you just can't
Yeah.
explain. Hey, like when you go do something.
and that's what I kind of base my days on now. Like, fuck, I want something to. I want to change someone's life. I want to help someone. Or I want to have a positive comment back. You know what I mean? Say someone's messaged me, oh, Jax, I woke up, kilo lean. I feel so much better. My mood's better. Like, to me, that's my day made. Like,
Yeah.
it's small, but it's a big win.
Yeah, that's
So-
a big man, and celebrate those too, bro.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. Make sure you celebrate those because all those
Yeah.
little wins add up, man.
Yeah. So I think if you don't look forward to something in your day, your life's fucked up. And
Yeah.
I mean it. Like, you have to appreciate and look forward to something every single day. What's the point of living? Like,
Yeah.
seriously. I don't mean big things, but you have to.
Yeah, appreciate the little things, the big
Yeah.
things, whatever comes your way, man. Whether it's a win or a loss as well.
Yeah.
That's so important.
But I know so many people that wake up on a day-to-day basis, 365 days a year, same shit. They don't enjoy it, and they do it because they think it's the only thing they can do.
Yeah.
And I'm a big believer in that's bullshit because, I used to do landscaping, man. I fucking hated it. I just made the switch, man. Like, I look up to these people, and I'm not saying it took, a day or so, but I wanted to do something I wanted to do. And I just believe I have so many messages coming on a daily basis. How the fuck do you do, how do you become an online coach? Like, oh, I hate my job. It's like, well, go fucking do something about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go study or go make an effort. Like, it's not just going to build itself. You got to go do something.
Got to make that action, hey.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing. Like, you can read all the books, say all the things, but if you don't take action.
Yeah. Action's the biggest thing, man. Action is the biggest thing with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, just commit to it, hey. And
Yeah.
just be willing to put yourself out there. And, like, you're gonna come across judgment, you're going to cop arrows, you're going to cop bullshit, you're going to cop all of those things. And if you don't want any of those things, that's not the lifestyle for you, hey.
Yeah, 100%.
That's it. And that's like what I'm sensing off you and your story. It's like you've had to endure all those things. So now you're like, okay, this is part of my life, and this is what we have to go through to get to what we want to get.
Yeah, and I believe everyone does, but yeah, man, like, I wouldn't change it for a thing. Hey, I fucking think it was an awesome journey.
Yeah.
Like, and it's only just started in my eyes.
Bro,
So,
you're only
yeah.
25, man.
yeah, like, sky's the limit, bro. You can do what you want in life. I'm a big believer in that. Whatever
Yeah.
you want.
What's let's talk, man. Let's talk some mental health maybe stuff. Let's go down that alleyway. What's anything you've struggled with, I guess, mental health wise, like, over the years, like any tips, tricks, what's things that have got you down?
Yeah, basically all the negativity towards me, negative comments, hate, judging, all of that. And yeah, man, like, that's probably the biggest thing that's got me down in my
Yeah.
life.
That's a lot too, and a lot of people are like, oh, fuck, I can just say whatever I want to someone, man.
Yeah.
No, that shit
But-
fucks people's, that can really fuck someone's day up.
I'm not going to, bro, yeah, more than a day. Just depends on you,
Yeah.
who you are. Everyone's different, but I'm not going to lie. I'm a fucking strong person. And some of those negative comments, like, back when I was, I really took it on board, man, that fucking, like, that brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't I don't cry often. Like, I'm just saying, if it's someone that's not strong, that's why you see these people. I've fucking heard stories, man. They commit suicide. Like, it's no joke.
Yeah.
Like, you just keep your words to yourself if you don't have something nice to say.
Fuck yeah, man.
Like-
That's so important because that,
Like,
like,
seriously.
that
Yeah.
shit sits with people, eh?
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
not, you got to watch what you say to people, man, because everyone's different. And everyone, you don't know, like, before you just leave it. You don't know.
You don't want to, even like when someone's, you know, I learned that as well, you know, about people, you know, writing back to people going, nah, fuck you and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, they're hurt too. So, you know,
Yeah.
that was the other side of the spoon that I had to learn. And I was like, oh, man, you know, and just being hearing those things, man, is not good, hey? And like,
Yeah.
it's a real struggle, you know, speaking to youth and younger kids. It's like, man, they're dealing with this shit now. That's part of what, you know, everyone's got a voice where they can get on and give you an opinion and put you down.
Yeah, but a big thing I have been seeing lately and I believe in is like people think this only happens to like people think men are strong. They don't go through this. This is just girls. Do you know what I mean? Men don't cry. Men don't have feelings. Men don't feel this shit. Men feel this just as much as girls. So if you're a man out there and you're fucking going through shit, you know, reach out and talk to someone. Yeah. Like, don't think you're this big man and you're just going to hide it up and bottle it up because, trust me, it's going to explode one day.
It does, hey? And it's like, you've probably had it as well. It's like, the world comes crashing down and you're just an emotional fucking wreck, man.
Yeah.
And just all hit you.
I'm a big believer in, if you're in a down stage or you're going through something, go reach out and talk to someone. Go clear your head. I'm a big believer in it. Don't just bottle up yourself and just keep everything yourself.
Yeah, there's been times like when I know like I'm just emotional, or you know I might like some shit come up, I was, you know, emotional, may have needed to cry or whatever, and I just let it happen. You know, happens. You go see the right people. I call them my high vibe homies.
Yeah,
I go see them, man, and that's it, man. You know? And you go,
you got to have those people
time
around. Yeah, 100%.
Find those people. What other struggles? Anything else you had to face and endure?
Can't think off the top of my head.
That's all right. That's all right.
Mainly those, yeah. Mainly that's, you know, that's the main stuff I've had in my life. Trying to think. Yeah, I've had a few other. I've had another one. I don't know if I want to go too deep into it. I had actually a really bad cardiomyopathy. I had a heart problem. I think it was due to the steroids. Yeah. That was a big wake-up call too. Probably nobody knows about this. I'm not going to go too deep into it. But pretty much went anorexic. Lost about 30 kilos in 4 weeks. And literally was like, just everything was wrong. Like I think it was from, you know, excessive use of everything, and it attacked my immune system in some way. But my thyroid was fucked. My heart was fucked. Everything was whack. And I was just anorexic and just seeing like, just like how sad my parents were in that. Like, that was a big changer, man. That fucked everything off. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, I've been through some lows. Like I've been through hell, but as I said, if I didn't, I wouldn't be who I am. Yeah. Man.
So hit those lows to hit the highs, brother. Eh?
You got it, man. Like everyone hits lows, and if you think it's who can get over those lows, that's the thing. If you're everyone hits lows. But I find champions or whatever, or successful people, they're the people that they get through it and, you know, they see the other side.
Yeah, they dig deep and just go into the work like, cool, this is it. Things aren't all good right now. Fuck it. Let's just get busy. Yeah. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
So. Oh, man, that's good. Like, thanks. And even thanks for sharing and open up about, you know, obviously going through that. That's, you know.
Stuff I want to talk about more, but you know what I mean? It's just another thing, you know what I mean? Someone's going to judge you off it. Like, it's just like... Yeah, so... But,
and that's it, man. Like, fuck them, you know? Yeah. That's it, man. That's the life, eh? Everyone's out there trying to freaking throw shade at everyone. Like, you know, fuck them.
Yeah.
But,
see, I'm the opposite, bro. Like, and I actually mean this, like, from the bottom of my heart. I fucking love helping people. I love supporting them. Another thing I hate is competitiveness. I know you have to be competitive in life in some way, but I don't believe you do, man. Like, whatever it may be, like, people think they can't help you because you're going to excel better than them or something. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, for example, if I do this, your podcast is going to be better than mine. That's just an example. Like, I couldn't give a fuck how good your podcast goes. Yeah. I want it to excel. I want it to get views. I want it to get noticed. But there's people out there that they wouldn't do it just because of that.
You know what it is? And that always comes up for me as well. People are like, I can't share my idea with you.
Yeah.
You lack creativity.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't ever lack creativity. I'm like, cool. Like, we can both do the same thing, man. It's just
Yeah.
like we just do it in our own spin, and like it's creativity. It's you know,
Yeah.
people are like, oh, I don't want to tell them my idea. I'm like,
Yeah,
why are you
bro.
scared? Like it's all good. Like
I hate that.
I'm creative enough to make something else as
Yeah.
well, you know, and that's
Like just a simple thing, like people like, you know, what's your diet, bro? Like, and they're like, I'm like, you know, when I used to be in shape, and I'm like, I fucking tell them like what my diet was, like, because it's not going to react to you like it does to me. But for someone, you know, like a top online coach over there, you go ask them their diet and they'll tell you some bullshit. Or they'll say, I'm not going to tell you, like it's some secret or something. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. They don't want to like
I hate
share
people
it,
like
eh?
that. Like, just I'm contacting you because I look up to you and I think you look amazing. But now you're gonna respond in, you know, like I hate
Steer
that.
you off in an off
Yeah.
direction. Yeah, I don't like people that
Hate
give
that
shit
ego shit,
information. They're
and-
like, oh yeah, no, just lead him on a little fucking goat's trail.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro,
or this is the worst one. Oh, I eat shit every day, like, but you know they're 4% body fat. It's like fuck off.
he's
like,
lying, talking shit, man.
Like, come on.
yeah.
So
What's it like? Because I don't work in that space, like in that coaching space and the fitness space. What's it like?
it's
Give us an analogy.
it's a fucking feisty.
Yeah, is it feisty?
There's a lot of shit talk in the fitness industry.
Yeah.
A lot. You know, it's all competitive, and this is one thing I hate. But yeah, everyone's just that, you know, that person does it. It's just constant bullshit, man. So yeah, I don't deal with it anymore. Like that's why I don't compete. First of all, I've never competed. I don't see anything out of it, and I'm going to be straight up honest. You're never going to make a living from bodybuilding. We've got one person in the whole of Australia who's making, you know, maybe a little bit of money. That's one. Like, I'm just saying, you're 1 in a million, and then you're still not going to make a decent wage, and your career is going to be that short. But people think, oh, I'm going to be a bodybuilder. Like, I'm going to make a living.
Yeah.
99% of you, I'll tell you right on the screen, you're not. Like, you're not. So don't. I don't know.
I never understood it, man, because like I'm like an outsider from the country, like the bush. And I
Yeah.
come to the Gold Coast, and like everyone's doing like now they got BBF Pro and stuff in their thing. I didn't actually understand, so I was like obviously meeting people, and I had them on Instagram. I'm like, and I had to ask. I had to actually ask this lady. I was like, "Hey, what's BBF in your fucking thing?" And like I never knew. And then I was like, "Oh, cool. What do you get for that?"
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, "What do you get?"
And then what do they say back? Like, you know,
They get a trophy.
but that's even if they win. Half of them don't win.
I was like, "Well," I'm like, you know,
Or,
I
you
love
know,
it.
or I get a sub sponsor. I get a tub of protein a month. Big fucking deal. Like, they're getting more out of you than you are out of them.
Yeah, like from a business standpoint, I'm like looking back at this. You know, they're just all these people in this big chain and in this wheel where I feel like those organisations would make money off them.
100%. They're getting
just
more out of it.
They're just on the Ferris wheel.
I get it all the time. Like, you know, when I was in my best shape, why don't you get on stage? Like, I think you got a good chance. And it's like, because I'm fucking making money every day and doing what I love, and I'm still eating out. I'm still enjoying a moderation in life, but I'm getting ahead. But whereas if I dictate this to just do a comp, like, in my eyes, I'm going backwards.
Yeah.
For what reason? You know what I mean? I can still look good, but focus more on my business and make money. And that, yeah, like, I think when I say that back to them, it just shuts them down because they're like, oh, true. Like,
Yeah. I can definitely see like people's point of view as well from the other spectrum. Is like, cool, they want to do that and have that to be like, sweet, I got
Be a
up on
good
stage
goal,
and
yeah.
performed and done my thing. But I just don't know, like,
But I
full-time
think-
career wise,
yeah.
it's that's the only bit that I struggle to understand with people. I'm like, fuck, man, if you want to get up there and you're like looking to get down to this certain body, you know, and do all those things,
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, you got some goals. That is super hard. I respect that.
Yeah.
But just long term wise, I'm like, fuck, what's the end goal here?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what are you aiming for? Do you know what I mean? Like, I respect people that get up on stage and do it or something, but if you're going back-to-back shows and you think you're going to make a living out of it, you're wrong. So,
Yeah, it's hard, eh?
Yeah.
And you're
Not
comes
only
at a cost
that-
to your body, hey.
just about to say it takes a fucking toll on your body. Man, when I was lean, like, I'm not going to lie, I was fucking moody. My hormones were out of whack. I'll tell the camera straight up, like, when you're fucking lean, your libido will suffer.
Yeah.
Like, I went through stages where I couldn't get a hard on. Like, when I was dead set lean. Like, you see, like, same with girls. Like, you know, you'll lose your period and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's common,
People
hey?
don't understand this, though. It's really, the body doesn't want to be at a stage of body fat like that, or everyone would be walking around like that.
Can't just sit at that 4%,
Nah.
just shredded to
And
the
then that's
heights.
where the psychological comes in, because, you know, they might maintain that for a week. Boom, here comes the rebound. And then, it's a constant cycle.
That battle with himself. Oh,
Yeah.
you know, I got to look this way. I got to
Yeah,
be like that.
and
I
you
gotta be
can't.
like, and that's what I feel like. I do see a lot of, you know, not so much anymore, but a lot of, you would have had it as well, where you're trying to maintain that look for so long, and it takes a toll, your mental, physically, emotionally.
Yeah, bro.
And-
I was a spitting image of that. I did get, like, you know, don't get me wrong. Everyone wants to look lean
Yeah,
and good.
me too.
And when I was there, I was like, this is fucking sick. Now I just want to be like that. Like, I honestly put on like, you know, 100 grams of weight and I felt fat. It's just so weird. And then all you do is you become to this stage where your food just slowly gets lower and lower. Your cardio slowly gets higher and higher to the point where you're like, what do I do? And I was doing like 2 hours on the Stairmaster. I was eating nothing but lettuce. And it's like, where do I go from here? Like, how can I actually get any leaner or like enjoy my life? So I'm like, fuck this, you know what I mean? And I've never been happier just sitting at a moderate body fat. So
It's good, eh? Like,
Yeah.
you, I feel like now, you know, you've had to go play with that, and you're like, you know, you're looking for being able to maintain it year round, not only
Yeah.
just physical, but mentally as well, because you
Yeah.
understand the effects. It's like, okay, that's just going to fuck my head.
yeah, 100%. So for everyone out there, like, yeah, you're not going to be, you know, photo shoot ready year round.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
Trying to maintain it
Yeah.
for that long is draining, man.
Yeah, it's very draining.
Not that I'm saying
Very
I'm fucking
hard.
shredded to the nines, but I did get there one time. But, you know, I only lasted fucking, a month.
Very hard on relationships and, you know, family and stuff like that too, I find, because you're just moody all the time. So
Yeah.
it's not something I suggest that, you know, it's good to make it a goal, but you're not going to sit there forever.
Yeah. How are you around your family? Explain that, I guess. Like, when you're going through that. Like, what's some things that were coming up?
When I was lean, or
Yeah, when you're leaned down, like around family
yeah,
and
man,
friends.
fucking moody, and I just everything was my way. You know what I mean? Because I just wasn't thankful or anything. Do you know what I mean? Like they used to do so much for me, but I wouldn't appreciate it because I was just in this zone. You know what I mean? Like I just fucking let's get to gym. You know what I mean? Let's do this, do that. Let's just look the best. And you know, mum would cook you dinner. Oh, fuck, let's eat it. Like you wouldn't even say thanks. Like it's just like. You got to just fucking appreciate all these things. So I just think it takes a big toll on your relationship.
Yeah, it definitely would.
Yeah.
We'll finish up. We've got a couple more questions. What's something that's pissing you off at the moment in the world? Is there something? COVID? Anything. Like, what's something that just fucks you off?
Man, I just hate people that don't want to help others. Like plain and simple. I'm just a big believer. I just wish the world would if someone could just go and make someone smile today or go help them in some way. Imagine if every single person did that every day. Fuck, the world would be so much better. But it's the complete opposite, man. And I just find there's so much more negativity than positivity in the world right now.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's bad, man. Like, you know, when you're around someone positive, how good your day is, and how when you're around someone negative, it's like, it just brings you down. But so why doesn't everyone just be positive, and then everyone's just going to be uplifted?
Yeah, it's hard, eh? It's hard to change the people around that, eh? It's just
Yeah.
there's so many things that drag people down into that ditch, and then they're like, okay,
Yeah.
fuck them. I'm gonna hate
So
them.
that's just why I try, like, you know, I'm starting to surround myself with new people that are in the same mindset as me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you're going to hang around those people that think they can't go far, or they're negative, or they complain about this, bro, where's that going to get you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
That's just gonna be you.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that really pisses me off.
What about last one? If there's one thing in this world right now that you could change, what would it be? Could be anything.
Ooh.
You got this magic wand. You're just gonna wave it around.
Fucking hell, that's a hard one. You got me on the spot here. Probably just for people just to help one another. Like I just think people help one another. The world have a bit of peace, and just no hate or negativity. I know that's not possible, but imagine if it was. Like, fucking hell, the
Exactly
world would be
right.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I just want to make a change, man. Like with speaking, whatever it may be, as you do. Just if we can try change this like a little bit, like the atmosphere or whatever, that's fucking awesome.
Sweet.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, man. And you know what? I'm gonna actually challenge you on that to say, man, you keep doing that, because that's what you're actually doing. You know, just speaking to you and having the conversations. You're just putting it out there and just changing that.
Like I think your shit's awesome, man. Like
Yeah.
just little things, but you know, and I love it when people come back to me when you put a story up or something, and they're like, "Fuck, you know, that just brightened my day," and it's like, yeah, fuck, thanks. Like I'm gonna fucking do that more.
Yeah.
Like I love looking up to people that really put motivating shit out there or help you or something like that.
Yeah.
I wish there was more people like that. And that's one thing I'm going to touch on is people think Instagram's shit. Instagram is how you use it. It's a tool. So I'm a big believer in it's who you follow, who you look up to, all of that. If you follow the right people, man, Instagram's fucking amazing. If you're following these skanks and these people on OnlyFans and sorry, I got a few friends on OnlyFans, but
Me too.
no, seriously, but like seriously, if that's all you're looking up to and people that just put up negativity in that, of course Instagram's gonna be shit. Yeah. But I use Instagram in the right way and fucking hell, it is amazing, man. There's some powerful shit on there.
It's a powerful tool and there's so much education on there and there's so many of the right things on there. You just gotta filter it and then create what you
filter
need to
it.
have.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
But people don't do that. You know, if you're go and follow that person.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's simple. You create what you want. It's simple.
It's you get to
everyone gets
shape
their own
it
page.
and like do whatever they want on that page. It's like you've got a platform to do whatever you want.
Literally.
Whatever.
Yeah. So I think it's pretty cool, man. And people bring all this negativity on. I'm like, I think it's one of the most powerful things in the world right now. I don't know one person that's not on Instagram. So use it in the right way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Ooh. Have you got any quotes for us? What's some quotes or some life stuff that you live by?
I love the one, dream it, believe it, achieve it. Just because, you know what I mean? Like, you got to dream something, then you got to believe it can happen, and then go fucking achieve it. Like, you got to have those three. I just love that one. Oh, man, I know so many quotes, but you can't think of when you put it on the spot.
no, that's sweet, man. That's a solid one. Dream it, believe it, achieve it is you know, some of the three most important things.
That was my first tattoo. I got that tattooed on me. So I'm a big quote person. I love them, man. Like I look up to a lot of people that just put quotes on their page and stuff like that. And man, like even a bit of writing can fucking get you out of bed. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like if it's a real good quote, it's like, wow, that's pretty powerful.
I did a video on this the other day, and but I was playing a game obviously to see who would pull me up and shit on it. I was like, because it was like someone said, oh, you know, posting quotes doesn't do nothing, and I was like, look, I'll put up a video about it saying, you know, fuck quotes, don't do nothing, and to see who would pull me up on it. Yeah. And a few people did in the background, but for me that was a game where I was like, I'll see who will stand up. Yeah, say things, you know.
A few people did.
Yeah, and it was right. I played an opposite game where I said some outlandish shit. I did some things like that to understand who was around me.
Yeah,
because when you start speaking out and saying the like odd things, you really know who's really there. Yeah, because like otherwise, if you get out in the ocean and you got the wrong, they'll stab your ship down. And it's like,
in terms of friends and stuff, you really start to find out who your real friends are. Yeah, and you think they're. Yeah, it's not really who would. Yeah,
you have those people, hey, that'll call you on your shit as well. They'll be like, "Hey, man," or they'll just tell you their honest opinion. They'll say, "I don't hate you. I don't." They're just like, "Hey, man, I'm just gonna like say something," you know.
Or those people that only ever contact you when they want something.
Yeah,
nothing else. Just you know, can I have a shout out? Can you do me a favor and do this? It's like, dude, do you ever fucking support me? Like, and fucking just say hello. How was your week?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It's
maybe
simple.
Open up with that. Hey, bro, how you been?
Yeah, but that's the people I just tend to steer clear of now. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So, nice.
Yeah. What's your favourite quote? Some good ones.
I've got heaps, man. Something I've always lived by.
It really depends what mood I'm. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Something for me I've always lived by is something my dad said to me. He's like, you'll never ever know if you never have a go.
Yeah, I like that.
And I just like, man, that's what I always say. I'm like, when I'm just put in a situation, I'm like, I won't know if I don't have a go. I'm like, fuck it. Yeah. I was like, that's why I'm really big on just anyone that shows up. I'm like, man, I don't care if you got fucking one leg, whatever. You don't have all the things on my bro. You just show up. Like, I'll help you. Like, I don't care, man. Like, I always respect the man that shows up.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in that. Like, obviously with fitness, that's a big thing I'm a believer in. Is just, you know, have clients complain, blah blah blah. Just fucking go and try and do it. Just make a start. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you got to make a start. Like, whether that be go for a 30-minute walk or whatever. Like, I don't have time for this. It's like, hang on, no, you do have time. Like, I get it nearly every day. Like, I can't do my 45-minute walk in a day. It's like, I don't care what job you work. If you can't walk 45 minutes in a day, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
anyone can walk 45 minutes a day.
Make the fucking time.
Yeah.
Make
And it's
the
just
time.
like, that just comes down to they don't want the results.
Yeah, the commitment.
But whereas if someone went and did it, even if they did half of it, fuck, that makes me more happy than, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think you got to give shit a go in life.
Fuck yeah. Sweet, man. Well, because we're gonna do part 2 on this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Do
sweet.
Part 10.
We'll do part 10. Sweet.
No, that was good.
Man, that was awesome, bro. Up at the camera there. Goodbye, guys. Appreciate your time. If you could like, subscribe if you're watching this. If you're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever it is, please leave a review. Sending my love. Appreciate you. Thank you, Jaxon. Appreciate your time as well. Thanks for the powerful message and the interview. Until the next one. See you later,
Thanks,
bro.
guys.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for listening.
Oh, fuck. Sleep, bro.
Fuck, it's hot in here.